Folks, what's up? It is Doug here, and welcome to another edition of Spooky Villages, and welcome to the real start of the 2023 season. And why do I say that? Well, a couple weeks ago, kicked off with a really cool Department 56 building, Castle Cove area, but today I'm kicking off the first Lemax Spooky Town review of the year, so really that's kind of the season start as far as I'm concerned. It is Spooky Town time. So as of the filming of this, it's right around Memorial Weekend here, right before it actually in the States. That's always when I kick off on this channel the real spooky season, and it runs through September-ish normally, depending, with normally a new Lemax Spooky Town building review video or something themed around that, mixed in with some Department 56 and some other things, of course, but it runs that way through the season, and that's really right around when folks are all setting up stuff, so that's kind of where I go through. So that said, I'm really excited for a fun year here. Let's kick it off and get into the first Lemax Spooky Town building of the year. Guys, here is the Haunted Aquarium. This one is a mainline building. This is a non-Michaels exclusive. And just FYI, I actually don't know, again, this is being filmed here in late May. I don't know yet what buildings Michaels is going to have and what they're not going to have, because sometimes, Michaels has the Michaels exclusive stuff, but they also have some other mainline pieces, and I don't know yet what's going to be there. So this might be there, this might not. I don't know. But you can get this online from various vendors. All right, guys, here is the Haunted Aquarium. This one generated a lot of discussion whenever Lemax announced new buildings this year, because it's pretty uniquely themed. It's not a traditional Halloween-style piece. It's not your normal haunted house or like a trick-or-treat house or a graveyard or something like that. No, it's a Haunted Aquarium. It's in the name, actually, and that's when it's named very aptly, I might say. So this building is not animated, does have no sound either. It's just lit. I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute here, but let's do a quick once around here and talk about the theming on it. There's a lot to talk about with the theming. You have this big fish head here. Check this out. Look at the heads in the stone back here. They're on the side too, actually, if you can see right there. On the front of it here, of course, you've got some various stuff. I'll talk about that in a moment. Then on the side here, well, this is probably the most striking thing here. I guess the aquarium tube, whatever it's in it. The actual tank, it's a small tank, but it looks like a tube. And it looks like it has, from best I can see in it, it looks like it is filled with like a hard resin. I'm not sure on that. There's no way to really show this on here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but up here it does look like it was poured with resin. My apologies if I'm wrong with that, but that's at least the appearance that it gives me. You also have this guy on the side here, and like the fisherman's getup. What's really cool here, it's like the water coming off of it, like like in the paint, the side of the building. But then you also have like tentacles here too. So the theming on this is really, really interesting. Let's talk about it and show you what it looks like lit up here as I go through the different parts. So it is very well lit, as you can see. While it doesn't have, the animation on it, it's pretty striking lighting. And let's talk about the colors, because I think before we get into anything else, the colors on this, you have all this yellow. As far as tying that all together, I mean, it really works. This is very much, the aesthetic is very well done here. At least it's very cohesive in what I mean. I think it's interesting, though, that there's no blues or anything. I guess with the aquarium, for me, of course, the blue would, I guess, denote water. But I do think that keeping the colors, just the yellow and green, keeps it cohesive, especially with the paint job on it. So theme-wise, let's talk about it a moment here, because while it's obvious like an attraction, which I have this in front of my Carnival Village Scene Center backdrop here, because as I'm viewing this, this is like a carnival-style attraction, kind of fun aquarium, almost like a Ripley's Believe It or Not kind of a thing. But as far as the actual like theming goes, it's kind of a mix of like Lovecraftian, that dark under the sea tentacle alien style horror. There's even a sign in front of that aquarium that says, "Please do not feed the dark god." And I talked about the the fisherman on the side there, and he's got the tentacles underneath. So it's kind of that Cthulhu, again, like Lovecraftian kind of a vibe that it gives. But at the same time, it's also extremely fish themed. Because you have that fish head that's on the side over there. You've got the fish head that lets you get in the building here. It's at the probably the most striking thing that's on it actually is that fish head, the door entrance, which Even though it doesn't look like it, it's just going to remind me of kind of the fish from Super Mario 3 that tries to eat you in the water world. But even around the outside of it, in the windows, you have fish bones. There's just a lot of fish stuff everywhere on this. And even at the top of it, you've got a little pirate lookout. So even though you take a quick glance and it looks just like an aquarium, like an attraction, if you actually look at it, there's some different themes here that it would work in. The ticket booth here in particular, the ticket that says admission is your soul, which is pretty funny. And then you have this kind of this creature, vibes of like a creature from the Black Lagoon. And by the way, the whole thing also gives off those vibes. That fish head at the front is very creature from the Black Lagoon styled. At least it reminds me of that. But outside of the ticket booth there, where you have the creature ticket taker, you have the sign that says cafe specials, damned chowder, fillet of sole, and seared devilfish. Pretty funny. I love how Lemax always does that, the cute little jokes they put on all their pieces when there's menus or things like that. Now note here that it does not come with a power adapter. It comes here with in the bottom here, you can put the batteries in if you want to run off batteries. You can though use a power adapter if you'd like. That's actually what I'm using in this video. I did check it out. It looks fine with the batteries, but for these videos, I'm always running my adapters. I got a bunch of Lemax multi-adapters, so you can choose to do either, but it does not come with a power adapter. I really like how it's themed though, because I appreciate when Lemax does different stuff like this, and especially those of you with the aquatic style, the villages, this is something you can use for that. I think you can use this in your actual spooky town. Those of you who do like the monster town. I think it is more monster town though than it is like a realistic building that's decorated. That's just my opinion on that. For me, I think it works for an amusement park, just because like it'd be a very special fun house style museum / aquarium, one of those places they would just theme it to the absolute nines. You could go a lot of ways with this. Those of you who have wanted an aquarium for your display, whatever kind it is, it's nice that there's another one available, because the Department 56 Monsters of the Deep, which has been around forever, as a retired building, very hard to get. It's very, very cool, but it commands a huge price tag. This one here is very reasonable. Of course, it's very easy to get. So regardless of how it sells this year and what the actual response is to it, I think that this is going to be a very collectible piece whenever it goes out of production, because the theme is very unique on this one. And normally, the really unique ones, those are the ones that become hard to find later and get popular when people start buying them up. So that's a Haunted Aquarium, guys. Let me know what you guys think below. Very excited here. Get going with the Spooky Town video reviews. These are a lot of fun. I love doing this every year. Pretty much rolling from now through the fall with doing these. So I don't know when Michael's is going to have stuff out. Hopefully it's going to be late July as normal. We'll see how that is. But I'm excited here to talk about some other ones coming up here soon. A spoiler, I'm actually going to be doing in my village theming series, I'm actually going to be doing aquatic buildings soon here. You might see this one on it. But there's been enough buildings in the recent years, and even this year, from both companies actually, Department 56 and Lemax, where it warrants talking about it. There's a bunch of cool old ones too, like the old Lemax Pirates and some other stuff. So I will do an aquatic themed one of those the videos soon here, definitely this season. All right, guys, that'll do it. Thank you so much to all my Patreon supporters. Thanks to you for watching. And let's do a hint for next week. We're going to go out to eat at a place that all the locals are just howling about. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.